Hey, what's up? I'm the Cartoon-theorist YT. So over the last month, what I've noticed from fans is the same criticisms. They say mostly the same two things. One, the story is confusing, and two, they handled the new and old characters poorly. Let's start with number one, the story. I get that Audrey is the creation of Joey, made from ink. Now, maybe some part of the game explains this, but how does that make sense? Like, she never realized she was made of ink? She never got a cut and said, why is my blood black? Or falls from somewhere high like the monkey bars or something and thinks, why are my bones broken? Joey hinted that we chose to forget Joey and the fact we're an ink creature, but how? Better yet, how old is Audrey? The first game takes place in 1963, and Audrey would have been created somewhere after that. But this game takes place in 1973. So, is Audrey 10 years old? No, I hear you saying. Look at her. I see that she doesn't look 10 years old. My idea of how to explain this is to say, Joey created many different Audreys starting at 6 to 8 years old. Say she rapidly ages because she's made of ink and it doesn't have to be realistic. Joey implanted fake memories in her head. We know he's capable of this as he gives Henry fake memories. Then say that at some point he gave Audrey complete full will over herself, and seeing Joey die was too painful for her, so she made herself forget, but not fully. She knows she had parents, which is why Audrey carries this picture around. Also, going back to the fact that Audrey has somehow never managed to bleed or seemed to survive something nearly impossible and question how that happened, they could explain this. Again, they have what I like to call an Infinity War excuse. Just say it was programmed into her not to remember such incidents, and Joey never let Audrey out as a kid, so no one knew she was made of ink. Or another idea is because she has color, her blood or ink is red, simple and done. Another problem with the story is the fact that the whole first game was just created by Joey. This brings up so many questions. The question is, are the characters the way they are because of Joey or because of themselves? Alice's whole thing was that she was kind to Henry. She tried to save him and helped him fight against the ink creatures. Alice showed that not all ink creatures are bad, and that maybe there is hope for.
So one day, in Joey's cartoon cycle of hatred, he gave Henry an angel of his own to guide him when things were most dark.
Henry also acts the way he does because of Joey. The characters just being created by Joey ruins them for me because who they are is because Joey made them the way they are. I think the first game was great in the idea that they weren't just what Joey made them to be, but they had actual personality and lives, and they were suffering in this cartoon hellhole. Now they're just another one of his creations. An additional issue rises with characters. They handled the characters poorly, both new and old. What do I mean? Henry, the original main character, had a total of 4 minutes on screen. In comparison, Allison had more than 7 minutes of screen time. Now that's not to say her role wasn't important or didn't matter. The scene where Alice stabs her and she looks up and realizes how beautiful she is an excellent ending to the character. It's also an excellent callback to the first game. Henry should have had a little more screen time. We could have elaborated more on what it was like for him and the others when Wilson took over. It would have been cool additionally if we saw a scene where Audrey reveals he isn't real and he tells her he already knew and just wanted to believe for a second he had a purpose, like Alice told him. I might have cried at that scene. I see a lot of fans were upset that Sammy was reduced to a joke. The idea here is, why not just have Sammy team up with us? Why, you ask? Sammy worships the Ink Demon and presumably hates Wilson because he would believe Wilson slayed the Ink Demon. He would want to team up with us to stop Wilson. Maybe he could have been the one to stop Chip Ahoy Wilson. Then, the Ink Demon shows up. Wilson tries to show his lord what he did, only to be killed. It would be a nice wrap-up to his character, showing how he was always meant to die to the Ink Demon. Also, have Tom or Boris say something. I don't care what it is, I just think it'd be cool. Look, in the end, the game is good, but there's a lot to be improved on, such as characters, story, and game mechanics. But those are just kind of everybody's thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see everything cartoon related. With that said, stay tuned. Also, Merry Christmas. Thank you guys so much for breaking 300 subscribers, and I'm excited to break 400 towards the end of next year. Also, big announcement coming up.